Hey YouTube, how is it going? Let's get to it. If you like my content, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you feel the need to support me, hit me up on my Patreon. The link is in the description. Jumping into it, today we're looking at Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. This was the Dragons of Trakir. Not Dragons of Trakir. Dragon Storm. Was it Dragon Storm? Seems like a terrible name for a set. Anyway, most recent Dragon set, Trakir, we went back. Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant, was one of the mono-red commanders in this set that looked really interesting. I tried to build it as aggro, so let's look at what I did here. Alright, we got Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant, 1 and a red for a 2/2 when Sarkhan enters, you may behold a dragon. If you do, create a treasure token, and whenever a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Sarkhan until end of turn. Sarkhan becomes a dragon, in addition to its other types, and gains flying. We have one battle for this one. It will be Invasion of Trakir, unsurprisingly. We have one Planeswalker for this deck. It is Sarkhan Fireblood. Moving into creatures. So we're going to start with an Ancient Copper Dragon. Atsushi the Blazing Sky. Balefire Dragon. Dragon Lord's Servant. Dragon Master Outcast. Dragon Speaker Shaman. Drakoseth, Maw of Flames. Fire Spitter Whelp. Ganax Astral Hunter. Goldlust Triad. Goldspan Dragon. Hellkite Charger. Hellkite Tyrant. Lathliss Dragon Queen. Leyline Tyrant. Minion of the Mighty. Nogi, Draco Zealot. Reckless Barbarian. Scourge of the Throne. Scourge of Valkus. Terror of the Peaks. Thunderbreak Regent. Twin Flame Tyrant. Utvara Hellkite. And Wrathful Red Dragon. Next up is Instants. We're going to start with Abrade, Bolt Bend, Chaos Warp, Deflecting Swat, Demand Answers, Dragon's Fire, Seething Song, Spit Flame, and Unexpected Windfall. Next up is Sorceries. Starting with Blasphemous Act, Draconic Intervention, Dragonstorm, Earthquake, Faithless Looting, Kindred Charge, Mana Geyser, Seize the Spoils, and Vandal Blast. Next up is going to be Artifacts. We're going to start with Arcane Signet, Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind, Dragon's Horde, Hazaret's Monument, Herald's Horn, Lightning Greaves, Mox Jasper, Orb of Dragonkind, Quicksilver Amulet, Ruby Medallion, Soul Ring, Throne of Eldraine, and Urza's Incubator. Next up is enchantments, starting with a Breaching Dragonstorm, Crucible of Fire, Draco Genesis, Dragon Tempest, Fiery Emancipation, and Warstorm Surge. Okay, next up is non-basic lands. We have Arena of Glory, Castle Embereth, Haven of the Spirit Dragon, Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon, Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, and Three Tree City. Lastly, we're going to look at basic lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 mountains. So that is Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant. Originally, when I was building this deck, I wanted to build a aggro deck. I had built a lot of different mono red in the past. We have a Imidane Burn deck. We have Inti, which is looking at being sort of an aggro deck, but really maximizing on his ability to draw and discard. We have Norin and Calamity, which are looking at ETBs and LTBs. But I really hadn't created a aggro deck. And then I ended up finishing my Hazoret deck long before I finished my Sarkhan deck because there's a lot of expensive dragons out there. Dragons are kind of expensive, and when Dragonstorm dropped, I think it's called Dragonstorm. Pretty sure it's called Dragonstorm. Dragons got more expensive for stupid reasons. I won't say obvious because it shouldn't be obvious reasons. It's just stupid reasons. And so it took me a little bit of time to complete this, so I ended up completing the Hazoret deck, which was definitely geared towards the concept of early game aggro and then utilizing Hazoret's ability to be unblockable. When I started building Sarkhan as a aggro deck, his ability became a big part of how I built this deck because it was important that a dragon entered the battlefield in order for him to get his +1/+1 counter, turn into a dragon, and fly. So despite the fact that it's built to be an aggro deck, so it uses cheaper dragons in the form of things like the Barbarian and the cards like such as that, like Fire Spitter Dragon for that matter, Fire Spitter Whelp or whatever. It still ended up being an aggro deck that looks like a tribal deck because you can't really stray too far from the dragon tribe when you're building him if you want to make sure that you're getting a trigger on him at least once a turn. So my apologies for that. I didn't want it to be a tribal deck, but it kind of did that by proxy of his own ability. I think the deck looks really interesting. I enjoy the concept of having some Warstorm Surge type effects in here in the form of Terror of the Peaks and Warstorm Surge itself to deal large amounts of damage based off of, I believe, what is it, CMC? It might be power. We have a lot of ways to do cost reduction in the form of the Dragonlord Servant and the Dragon Speaker Shaman. We have a lot of different dragon support in here. Crucible of Fire is a good example. So yeah, this becomes a deck that I think would become a very big menace at the table if not constantly checked. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Until next time, guys, that is it. Peace.